starshine lights my way to bed. Magic rainbows glisten in my head. Just like a child I live in Wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.
Hi and welcome to Handmade by Ditsy Tulip. I'm Mel and thanks for stopping by my channel. In today's video I'm going to share with you a tour of my website. So I did say a couple of videos ago that was one of the things that had got planned, and I've now finished updating the bits of the website that I was working on so far, so I thought I'd share those with you. So that's what today's video is about. I will be upfront in saying that because I'm sharing my website, I will also be sharing some of the products that I've listed for sale over on the website as well. So I know some people don't like to watch YouTube videos that involves anything to do with selling any items. So if this video isn't for you, then that's absolutely fine. Feel free to switch away. But if you're interested to have a little look at what I've done to my website, then I'd love for you to stick around. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is tell you a little bit about Handmade by Ditsy Tulip, because I'm not sure as I've ever done that. I'm not sure as I've ever told you why my name is and things like that. So I have had the same name, Handmade by Ditsy Tulip, for a number of years. It's probably about 4 to 5 years, something like that, since I first set up the blog. And the name Handmade by Ditsy Tulip comes from, at the time, it was my favourite type of fabric, which is Ditsy floral, so lots of little flowers, and my favourite flower, which is tulip. What I perhaps didn't think about at the time is some people understand the word Ditsy to be somebody who's maybe a bit of an airhead, I think is what the internet comes up with a description for Ditsy. So that certainly isn't my intention behind it. It's my favourite fabric type. So the updates that I've been working on have been to get it more branded in line with me, really, so kind of putting in my favourite colours and things like that. So what I'm going to do first of all is head over to a screen recording on the website and just show you the basics of what I've done and the basic sections to the website, and then I will hop back over here and tell you what else I'm going to share. Okay, so just to show you around the website then, so this is my home page. So this is where you would land if you just kind of googled my site without clicking on a link. The first thing I want to just show you is the new logo that I've created myself using different clip art. So I've got the vintage style sewing machine, because you'll know that I've got that in the background on a lot of my videos and things, and then watercolour tulips that you can see there, and because I thought those colours fitted in quite well with my brand. And then of course it just says Handmade by Ditsy Tulip at the top. So what you can see here is on the home page, what you can see is my featured collections, which I'll go into the products in a little bit more detail shortly. But what I've tried to do here is keep some consistency in the colours. So you can see I've got the pinks and yellows and some lace in most of the photos here, which I think picks out the colours that is in the logo. So that's what it looks like. And then these are a slightly different layout picture wise. They're not flat lays, but it's still got those same colours and then those same flowers running through. And then at the bottom there is just a quote which gives an idea of what my website's about. So the quote by Albert Einstein, which is creativity is contagious and pass it on. So what I want to show you first of all is the blog. So you can see here we've got home, shop, blog, vlog, and then your usual about us, delivery information, etc. So looking at the blog, now I don't add to this anywhere near as often as I should, because I tend to enjoy doing the videos more than writing, but I should definitely put more effort into the blog. But yeah, what you've got here, it's I've entitled this My Wonderful World of Sewing, and then any blog posts that I've got are listed here, and each one has got a covering photo. quite a few on here that date back quite some time, so you can see there's 5 pages worth. I won't go through all of them here, but you can have a scan through. You can also use the topics here, so if you want to look, I use tags when I write the blog post. If you were looking for something specific, you can choose from the topics which are there, or you can use the search function just by searching this using the magnifying glass there. So just to show you one of the more recent blog posts, so this was the dressmaker's ball. I did a bit of a survey and asked, do people rather pictures or writing in blog posts, and surprisingly the biggest majority said they tend to just skim read and pay more attention to the photos. So that's what I try to focus on, is more emphasis on the photos, but I do try to have links and things like that wherever I can, so it makes it easy for you to find the patterns and fabrics that I've used. So that is an example. What I then want to show you is the vlog, and this is something that I've added recently, and the reason that I've added this is I could see through the data analysis that I conduct off the site that a lot of people were searching for the material that I put on YouTube over on the on my website. So I think some people they love watching videos, but they don't necessarily like YouTube as the interface to watch them. So what I've decided to do, I haven't copied over all my videos, but with my most recent videos, what I've been doing is adding them onto the website. So what I will include is I embed the video itself, so you can watch the video directly here on the site. And again, basic text just with links to the fabrics and the patterns. And then what I'll also include is the photos. So you will see when you watch my videos, these are the photos that kind of pop up in the background. But if you wanted to come back and look at the photos in more detail, I include them here on the vlog posts. So that's the first things that I wanted to show you, the blog and the vlog. Okay, so I hope that gave you a bit of an insight as to what my website's about, and do let me know in the comments what you think of how it looks. What do you think of the colours? Is there anything that you'd like to see on the website that isn't there already? So anything that would improve your experience, so do let me know in the comments. So what I'm now going to share with you is some of the products that I've listed for sale. You will have seen a little glimpse of them as I was flicking through the website. But first of all, just to share my overall purpose of listing some products for sale isn't necessarily to generate huge amounts of income. I work a full-time job that pays the bills. That isn't what I do my hobby for. But of course, having any extra little bits of income does help to fund the hobby itself. So I can improve my equipment for videoing on the channel and things like that. But primarily, it was in line with my goal that I set myself in 2019, not to waste my fabric scraps. So what I've thought is, if there's anything that I can make out of my fabric scraps rather than throwing them in the trash, then that can only be a good thing, because it's better for the environment. It can be costly when you're buying fabric to throw it away, and sometimes it's just so lovely you just really don't want to throw it away. So let me share with you some of the things that I've been making. First of all, I've got some button cards. So you've seen these before, I have shared them before, and it's simply some fabric covered buttons. They're all Liberty of London fabric, and I've used, over here, my button press machine in order to set the buttons. So what that has meant is, I used to provide, I think it was 6 buttons on a card, but I'm now able to provide 10 because it makes it much quicker and easier to make the buttons using this press. These are sealed in the packet, so I can't show you them in any great detail, but I'll just show you one example. There you go. So that's an example of the button card. So that's a nice mustard colour one. You can see the buttons are just pushed through. And there's one that's got nice lilacs and yellows and peaches and those types of colours. So that's the button card. So what I'm going to do is hop back over to the website to show you how I've got those listed for sale over on the website. So again, you can let me know what your thoughts are, whether you think there's anything else that I could add to the descriptions and things like that that would make them easier maybe for you to find, or gives you information that you'd like to know. So I'll just hop back over to the screen. Okay, so just to show you get to them through the featured collection here, or if you go click on the shop, you've then got Liberty of London fabric covered buttons. So then here you can see that the buttons are listed, and again I've tried to keep some consistency in relation to how the photos look, and let's just click on one to give you the detail. Okay, so here is just a bit of text explaining what you get in the buttons, what size they are, what fabric has been used. You can click on the bottom here to change to the different photos, and then if you hover over it you can really zoom in as well. And then what I've also done is included a little video
Starshine lights my way to bed.
Which just kind of shows how the buttons are made.
Just like a child, I live in wonderland. All my dreams are coming true.
And then if I just skip through, of course you could put this on full screen, so it shows how they're made, and then shows them up close as well. So I just thought the video gives, I think people like to see how things are made, so that's why I thought I would share that there. And then what I've also done in the listing is added a link to postage costs, because it doesn't show you the postage cost until you come to checkout, and I think a lot of people like to know what they are up front. So you can see here I explain that the postage costs, depending on whether you're in the UK or overseas, it's not per item, it's per order. So depending on the value of the order is the postage costs, and the type of service will vary. So you can kind of check that out before you commit to buy. So that is the buttons. Okay, so that is button cards. The next thing that I want to share is fabric covered buttons again, but this time made up into greetings cards. And I can show you, I've got quite a few different designs, but I can show you these because I've not sealed them. So you can see there what I've done is I have got watercoloured floral clip arts, which I've turned into a design for a card, and then I've got some Liberty of London fabric covered buttons that I've placed in the centre, and then of course it's blank on the inside, so you can write your own message. Here's another example. So this is a cactus pin cushion. You can see the pins that are there. And again, the fabric covered buttons have been added on as the flowers on the cactus. Okay, so I'll hop over back to the screen and show you. I don't know why I keep saying hop. I'm not going to hop to the computer, but anyway, I was going to say I'll skip over. Let me just go back to the screen recording to show you how I've got the button cards listed. Okay, so now I'll show you the fabric covered buttons greetings cards. So again, over on shop, I've got the fabric ones listed by the text that's on the card. So you've either got the Button Love range or the You're So Amazing range. So if I just click on one of them. So again, tried to keep some consistency with the photos. and then let's just click on one of the cards to show you. So again, you've got some text here which explains the idea behind the cards, a little bit about how they're made and what's included. You've got the same link to the postage costs, and of course where I've used graphics that have been provided by somebody else, I've followed whatever the other company's terms are in relation to how they want the credit listing on the site. And then you've got the different photos, both flat lay and how they appear stood up as well. I've not included the video on these as of yet, but I may look to add that to the listing if you think that that is useful. Okay, and the final thing that I've got listed at the moment is some more cards. But this time I have teamed up with Win Wham Buttons to make some ceramic button cards. So for those of you that, I'm sure everybody's heard of Win Wham Buttons now, but they make absolutely gorgeous ceramic buttons, which I'll bring them in closer to show you in a second. And they're made here in my hometown of Stoke-on-Trent. It's literally 5 minutes up the road from where I live, so it's great to work with a local company too. And I just love that Win Wham are making pottery in the potteries or Stoke-on-Trent, because it's kind of over the years the craft that was what made our city run for so long, it's kind of filtered away. But then with companies like Win Wham and Emma Bridgewater and places like that, we are starting to see it come back, which is great. So let me just show you these cards up close. So you can see there's a lovely vintage sewing machine with some flowers, and then on this one you've got the lilac Win Wham buttons. And then that's the same design, but with the lovely red buttons. So I will show you how I've got those listed on the website. Let's go back over to the screen. Okay, and finally then, just to show you the ceramic Win Wham button cards. So again, over in shop, I've got the ceramic button greetings cards. Now these are selling out pretty much as I list them, so you'll see unfortunately a few of them are showing as sold out at the moment, but I will be looking to get them replenished very soon. But just to show you them in more detail, so similar approach with the photos, so I've included some that are flat lays and with the Win Wham card as well to show that they are Win Wham buttons. A close-up detail of the watercolour and the buttons, and then how they look when they're stood up as well, and then a real close-up of the buttons themselves. And then I've got again a description of how they're made, a link to Win Wham Buttons website as well, because if it is that somebody wanted to purchase additional buttons, say you needed, I don't know, 6 or 7 and there's 4 on the card, you can purchase additional buttons from Win Wham. And it tells you a bit about which range of the Win Wham buttons they're from and the size. Again, a link to the postage costs, and then the graphics credit for the watercolour graphics. Again, I've not done the video yet, but I may look to add that in again as well, if you let me know you think it's a good idea. So that's it, that's a tour of the website. So that's everything that I've got listed so far. I do want to just share with you something that I have been creating, and I will be looking to list these on the website. And it's these sets of flowers. So you can see here, this flower has been made from leftover Liberty fabric, and then what I'm looking to do is pair them with 2 felt flowers which coordinate, and then there's different things you can do with these. You can either look to attach them to make home decor, or if you look at this example that I've made here, they can have a hair clip attached to them so they fit in your hair. So there's different things that you can do with them. So again, another great way of using up the scraps of fabric, because you only need little tiny scraps to make each petal. So let me just show you these. So there's one example. There's the other floral Liberty fabric one. And then if you can see, pairing with the felt flowers as well. So that's it, that's all I wanted to share today, a little tour of my website. I hope that you like how it's coming along. Do let me know in the comments box below. And as I said at the beginning, if you've got any ideas or anything that you'd like to see over on the website that's not there already, then I'd love to hear about it. So do let me know in the comments below. So that's it, that's all I wanted to share today. Have a wonderful week wherever you're up to, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
Love has changed my former point of view. Just like a butterfly, I've got new wings. All my dreams are coming, all my dreams are humming.